What is going on, everybody? Welcome to my WWE Backlash 2024 predictions video. So the last time you guys saw me was before, at least saw me in this capacity, was before my trip to WrestleMania. When it comes to, when I say by this capacity, I mean like before I got to go to WrestleMania 40 in person when I made my previous predictions video. Safe to say that was an amazing trip. I greatly enjoyed it. But that's not why y'all are here. Y'all are here to hear my Backlash predictions. So at the time of recording, there have only been 5 matches confirmed for the show so far. So if there are any added on SmackDown, those obviously will not be here as this was recorded before then. I don't know when exactly this goes up, but say it's between Raw and SmackDown at some point. But I've got the card pulled up here, and we're going to go through it one by one, give my predictions. First off, I think I did pretty darn well for my WrestleMania predictions. I think I only got like 3 wrong. And 1 or 2 of them I was happy to be wrong on. But anyways, let's get right into it. So, one more fun fact before we get right into it. When I was at WrestleMania, not at Mania the event itself, but SmackDown, NXT Stand and Deliver, and the Monday Night Raw after Mania. The guy that's sitting next to me is actually from France, so I doubt he'll ever see this, but I sort of became friends with him. We added each other on socials and stuff, and he's going to be at Backlash, so if you ever see this, I hope you're having fun, because I'm jealous of you being able to go to both of these shows. But anyway, let's get right into it. So first up here, I've got Randy Orton and Kevin Owens versus the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, and Tama Tonga. This one, honestly, I think every match here, I would not be surprised if we get a 100% sweep here on this card, and this is one of them. I would be very surprised if they're setting up this new Bloodline thing for them to just lose in their first match. I'm going for Solo and Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga, this will be his, unless he gets one on SmackDown, this is going to be his first match in the WWE. This is going to be the first Solo Sikoa match, again, unless something happens on SmackDown, but the first Solo Sikoa match of his current self that he's created immediately after WrestleMania. This really cool new version of Solo Sikoa. It's going to be his first time wrestling with this new direction he's going in, and I'd be very surprised if they have him lose right away. Probably going to pin KO again. He's the pin eating machine right now, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets pinned again here. Before we continue on, I also want to mention I will be doing a live reaction to Backlash on Saturday, so be sure to stay tuned to the channel around for that. I'll probably be starting around whenever the kickoff show starts. That's usually when I tend to start my live reactions. But next up, I have the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, defending the women's tag titles against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Look, most of you probably don't know this, but Kairi Sane is my favorite women's wrestler of all time. She's amazing. She's great. Got to meet her at WWE World. Because I think she's absolutely amazing, love her and all that. She's unfortunately not winning this match. It is definitely going to be Bianca and Jade taking the women's tag titles, and unfortunately they're probably going to pin Kairi because they seem to care more about Asuka usually. I would prefer them to pin Asuka simply because I like Kairi more. Nothing against Asuka, but Kairi's just my favorite of all time, so inherently I like Kairi more than anybody else. But yeah, I got Bianca and Jade here. I don't see them losing. I don't see Jade losing a match for quite some time. And I imagine Bianca and Jade holding those titles for a good long while. But next up after that, we got Bayley versus Naomi versus Tiffany Stratton in a triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship. I love seeing Tiffany getting put into world title shots already, having only been on the roster for a couple months. On the main roster, I should say. Absolutely super talented. I do not think we are at Tiffy time just yet. I do not think she'll be eating the pin. I think it's a triple threat match that way Naomi can eat the pin and Tiffany can still go out looking strong. I wouldn't even be surprised if Tiffany ends up being the one to take the title from Bayley, but not yet. This is Bayley's first PLE defense. I don't see it happening right away. We're gonna give Bayley at least some defenses, right? She can't just lose at the very next PLE after Mania. So I've got Bayley retaining here. Also, unfortunately, you're going to hear me say that for the rest of the video, pretty much. Next up, I have Damian Priest versus Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't think there's a chance in the world that Jey Uso actually beats Damian for this. This is Damian's first world title defense. I don't see him dropping it already. I don't necessarily think he'll be the longest reigning world champion ever, but Jey is not the one to see him dropping it to. There's someone in specific I think he'll be dropping it to in a couple months, but I don't think it'll be just yet. Not in his very first title defense at the very next Premium Live event. Don't see it happening. I got Damian Priest retaining. And then lastly, in the main event, I have Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles for the undisputed WWE Championship. First off, can we drop the undisputed part? Like, there's no reason to keep the undisputed after you drop the Universal. Like, I liked them keeping it when Roman was it, because that's the title that he had earned, and Cody even said he wants it to be just the WWE Championship. I'm glad they dropped the Universal, but drop the Undisputed as well. Let's just make it just the WWE Championship again, please. And I think Cody will continue to be the champion. I don't see there being any way when he drops it in his first televised defense of the title after Mania. That would be the biggest slap in the face to Cody's story. All that work just for him to drop it the very next chance he gets to defend it. There's no shot he's dropping it already, but I do see this being a pretty darn good match. Hopefully we don't get an Edge and AJ Styles situation, and we get a pretty darn good banger out of this one. I am going with Cody Rhodes to retain, and I see the women's tag titles being the only titles that change hands tonight. But yeah, I'll be live streaming my reactions here on the channel around, what's the start time for this again? Is it like noon Eastern? Sorry, 1 Eastern, noon for me, because I'm Central. The countdown show starts at noon, so I'll probably be starting around noon Eastern, 11 Central time. So, if you haven't, feel free to check out my previous live reactions. I didn't do live stream reactions to WrestleMania because I was there, so I couldn't really do a live stream reaction, but I did live stream reactions for previous PLEs. I didn't do it for Elimination Chamber either, just because of how early in the morning that was, and I was falling asleep, and my wife was asleep, and I was not leaving the bed to watch it, and I was not about to live stream with her asleep right there either, and me trying to stay awake. But all the other ones I've been doing live reactions to, and freaking NXT Vengeance Day. I was at NXT Vengeance Day, so I didn't get to react to that one either. But I'm not slated to go to any more PLEs at the moment. So I will be live reacting to PLEs from now on. For this, NXT Battleground, King of the Ring, etc. We should hopefully get live stream reactions out of me from them, or for those from now on. So thank you everybody for watching. I will catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.